exactly what that is. They're pro-forces. We don't know, are they uncontrollable? Are they uncontrolled? That happens also. We're going to find out. I would be surprised, but we'll see.
Are they uncontrollable? Are they uncontrolled? He's talking about the pro-Russian forces fighting in Ukraine. That language, very interesting. I want to get the latest on this from CNN's Phil Black, who I think joins us live. Yes, now live from Ukraine. So, Phil, when that language is heard where you are, where this fighting is taking place, what's the reaction?
Yeah, John, it represents a huge departure in American policy, and it triggers a great deal of fear and concern here on the ground. I'm in Avdiivka, Ukrainian-controlled territory, a frontline town, very much the epicenter of the recent escalation in violence. Behind me is where an artillery shell landed a few days ago in front of the home of a 65-year-old woman, blasting off the roof, blowing in the windows. Fortunately, she'd left only about 15 minutes earlier. She was lucky. So many other people here were not. Among the dozens killed, there have been many civilians. That fighting knocked out electricity, heating to this region. Thousands of people have been enduring bitterly cold conditions here in the depths of the Ukrainian winter without heat, electricity or running water. That's been going on here, and it all started not long after President Donald Trump spoke on the phone with his Russian counterpart. Ever since then, both Ukraine and Russia have been accusing each other of triggering this latest escalation. They both accused each other of trying to trigger some new response from the new American president. Here in Ukraine, there was already a great deal of concern about Donald Trump's flattery towards President Putin, his talk about perhaps lifting sanctions, his willingness to make a deal of some kind. Now for Donald Trump to suggest that those pro-Russian separatists are not controlled by Moscow, well, that is very much a parroting of Moscow's position, which says regularly it is not a party to this conflict. That is a position that has never been held with any credibility by international governments, particularly Western governments, who have long believed that Russia controls, arms, trains those pro-Russian separatists. So for Donald Trump to continue watering down support for the Ukrainian government in this way, the fear on the ground is it'll make the Russians more emboldened, the Ukrainians more desperate, and the result can only be greater violence, John.
Phil Black for us again. That message about them not being controlled, that means something very, very specific, what it said by the President of the United States. Thanks so much, Phil.